I never thought I'd have a chance to be a father. When I was 25, I was dating a girl, and she ended up getting pregnant, and our relationship ended up not working, and we went through the very painful process of deciding to put our daughter up for adoption. And that was, for me, the most difficult decision I've ever had to make in my life. I remember crying myself to sleep many nights, thinking about how I wouldn't be able to see her take her first steps or for her to say her first words. And that was an extremely emotional and painful part of my life. And it wasn't until that point that I realized that I wanted to have children. A couple years later, I met a woman and we started dating. We eventually got married. We were together for 12 years, married for the last 3. And she was older than I was. She was 16 years older than I. And so we had missed the biological window to have the opportunity to have children of our own together. I was fortunate through that marriage that at the age of just 40, I was the grandfather to 6 kids. And you don't get to hear that very often. Even though we didn't have kids of our own, I got to experience the aspect of being a grandparent when I was just 40 years old, so that was pretty cool. Eventually that marriage didn't work out and we made the decision to separate. I know when I was contemplating leaving that relationship, it was a really difficult time for me. Not only had I spent 12 years with this woman, I knew that if I left, I would also lose the family that I had come into and the grandkids that were part of that family. One of my granddaughters, she was 4 years old. She couldn't pronounce my name. And so she called me Titi. Whenever I get a chance to see her, she'd say, Grandpa Titi. And she'd always want to have waffles with me. Having her in my life, it made me really hesitant to leave my marriage that I knew wasn't working out for me, but I didn't want to lose her and the rest of the family. Eventually, I did make a decision to leave because I had to look at the long term. And I didn't know if I'd have the opportunity to have it be a father again. It was 41 by the time I split with my wife at that point, and I was kind of reaching the age where women in the same age range, they've already had kids, most of them, and I thought, if I don't find somebody, I'm really losing my opportunity in life. And I put a lot of effort into dating and trying to find somebody that would be a good fit for me. And I was super fortunate. I met this amazing woman that I just fell head over heels for. I just fell in love with her far quicker than I had ever imagined. And her story, she had a child years prior with a rare genetic disease, and her daughter had died at just the age of 6. So the two of us were this, kind of a rare combination of people who had kids in their past that didn't have kids anymore. And it was just a few months after we met, I knew basically right away that, I wanted to spend my lifetime with her. And it was just a few months after we met, I asked her, I said, would you ever have kids again? Do you ever want kids again? And she said, yes. And I said, well, do you want to have kids with me? And she said she did. And we were so excited. We weren't even married. We had just met 6 months prior, and most people would think, you guys are crazy for doing this. But just a few months later, we were pregnant, and our son Ian was born, healthy, and he's just such a happy baby. He's transformed our life. It's been amazing for both of us, but for me as a father, it's been incredible to be a part of his life and see him grow. I mean, he's only a year old now, but seeing those initial stages has been an amazing ride for me. For people that think they've missed out on an opportunity, or that it's too late for them in life to get what they want, I guess I would say that if you believe that there is a possibility that you can achieve what you want, you can, so long as you put the effort in and you go find the person that you're meant to be with, or find the opportunity that's right for you. And if you believe in the possibilities of what life has to offer, you can see amazing things in your life. I just feel so blessed to have this opportunity to be a father.